Then comes the second question, which is about his iconic screams.
Right.
So if he wasn't doing his own dubbing, did he come up with that? Did he tell the Mandarin voice actor to do it that certain way? Like, what do you know anything about the genesis of that whole thing?
Certainly, Bruce Lee, even back in the days when he was doing Green Hornet, you could hear him doing what was an adaptation of the Kiai from karate, and then when he came back to Hong Kong, he took it to another level. But I think there's a sense that when he came back to Hong Kong, it was like Spinal Tap, everything turned up to 11. So if he was in Green Hornet and he was going, then by the time he came back, it was all that stuff. But then, from my understanding, they would dub the Mandarin voice actor would dub the dialogue, and then Bruce would come in and do his screams. He would do the fighting, the war cries.
Oh, he would do the war cries himself.
Yes.
That's interesting because when I read, so here's a great segue to your book,
Yes.
Bruce Lee and I remember there was something you had written in there about the Mike Remedios, is that his name?
Correct, the singer.
Yeah, who's singer. And what version of Way the Dragon was his song? He made a theme song for Way the Dragon, but I don't remember that being on any version I saw.
I think it was, I'm trying to remember what the song was that he did for Way of the Dragon. If I knew there was a test, I would have studied. But he had done that's the Dragon's, that was Robert Lee, The Dragon's Way, The Way of Life.
I didn't know that. That was the Mike Remedios, The Dragon.
Oh, that was the one?
Way. It was very croonerish, like Tom Jones style.
And then he did, he'd done Fist of Fury, I use hands. And then later, that's The Dragon's Way, The Way of Life.
Right.
But that one was less, the one on The Way of the Dragon was heard less often.
Yes.
So I guess that was on certain cuts of the film.
But Bruce's voice doing those cries is on that song, which is amazing.
The Bruce war cries were used on the Mandarin version, and then later were repurposed for the Cantonese version, even though even the Cantonese voice is not that of Bruce Lee.
I see.
And then repurposed for the English version, when they weren't speaking English, when he was doing his war cries, it was Bruce Lee. And then also were used on the songs when they did soundtrack albums. When they did the Remedios songs, they would just sample Bruce Lee doing his in the what he'd done in the recording studios. Yeah.
Wow.